Okay, I'm back. Tests with recording and the driver show that it believes that my Cintiq exists again. Uh-oh. It's starting up though. I had it working. It worked while I was recording. It's okay. It's working-ish. It's less bad. It's less bad, and my computer sees my Cintiq, so I can actually calibrate it, which is good. So I'm calling it good enough. It is an improvement. It is better than it was. But it's still doing that thing. But really, as long as the pen works, I can get by. As long as I have the pen tool and undo, I will survive. We shall manage. Hello, Figment's maid. Welcome to Beautiful Anxiety. This is my very healthy coping mechanism. I was struck with the need to do it at some point last week. And it just kept getting more involved. First, it was just the word. And then I felt like that wasn't enough, and I had to fill in a beautiful, delicate violet background. Beautiful, delicate florals. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I got on a typography kick because I had to prove to Shep that typography matters. Just making a point that words are beautiful and should be treated as such. Yeah, I feel like I have great plans for things that I could merchandise. And everything is made in China. And that whole process is a hot mess right now. It's 90s graphic design when we finally learned that. See, here's the thing about 90s graphic design. It's less graphic design and more a bunch of people who don't do graphic design suddenly have access to the internet and can make something for public consumption. I'm having a line weight conundrum here. You know what? Starting over. That's what's happening. that, what weight do I want? I want a heavier weight. Starting over, bigger brush. Mac crap. Ah, yes. Photoshop filters, but when they were first invented. Watch Sarah try and make smooth lines. While inking the word anxiety. One living example of each art style. Oh no. In fairness, although you will never get to see it, because if she shows it to you, I will go to North Carolina and kill her. Um, I did show Shep. We're good. We're stuck on this tool again. I did show Shep a early Photoshop dodge and burn coloring example of mine from like 2000 that did in fact use papyrus, and I made the letters glow. So you know. Yet they who are without sin cast the first stone, as it were. Oh, pale purple papyrus on AOL Instant Messenger. Oh no. It's getting weirder as I stream. We'll see if it loses. Wait, does it still sees the Cintiq. It's a good sign. Pale purple papyrus is classic. Classic bad internet children. I have Hildegard von Bingen in the background again. I wish I could play it for you guys. It's very relaxing. But I simply don't know where to get free to stream calming esoteric music. Oh yeah, I once designed a logo for an electricians association, like a local chapter. They were showing me the other sort of variations from other chapters, and oof. So papyrus is not intrinsically a bad font, not like some of the other fonts that we make fun of. The thing about papyrus is that it's very distinctive, very specific, and like it became kind of the cheap go-to for like arty. It's a thing. look up Papyrus Avatar movie skit for some fun. For the most esoteric skit that only graphic designers understand. I'm fairly certain that Olive Garden still uses Papyrus in all of its menus. So that's fun. Yeah, that Auntie Shepherd. It's Papyrus is exotic, but in a way that white people are comfortable with. That's Papyrus. Ancient Egypt, but not really. Papyrus. Sort of ethnic food, but you can probably bring your grandma here. Papyrus. Um, it, that's what. So that's what I said. Papyrus is not an intrinsically bad designed font. It's just what's the word? Kitschy. It's a kitschy font at this point. Like it's a readable font. It's decorative. It's an okay font. But it's kitschy. It's the pumpkin spice latte of fonts. How about that? You use it, you think you're being fancy and creative, but really you're just decorating the same way 3 million other people are. But not the kind that yes. This is like yesterday when Shep and I made fun of Scott toilet paper for like an hour on TM. Yeah, don't use Papyrus for your logo. Get to know nature is what we're telling you. To be fair, most people probably won't notice or care, but we will. We, the graphic designers of the world, the artists, the people who love typography, will notice and will judge you. And will probably judge you kind of harshly, which is unfair, but what can you do? Oh, I like it when you're not quite bold enough to completely misuse Greek letters. Yes. When you just want to feel, quote, ethnic, end quote. Papyrus. The only sort of Cintiq there. Stop it. Stop it. Thank you. The only universally recognized graphic design. Oh no. A collie skidded into a wall. And the only universally recognized graphic design crimes with typography really are Papyrus and Comic Sans. Although I did once with absolute seriousness trying to solve an infographic problem, ask a director, should we just use Arial? Or I think Helvetica. I think we just use Helvetica, and he deadpanned. Surely we can do better than Helvetica. So, you know, but Helvetica is a perfectly readable font. It's just not a very interesting font. Personally, I'm a fan of Futura. For my basic fonts. Just in general. Helvetica had a resurgence. It had like a hipster resurgence on the internet a while ago that we've all been kind of making fun of since. Yeah, it had a hipster resurgence right around the time that the clean white website became like the thing. Oh my god. Okay, I have a rant about Calibri. So here's the thing about Calibri. Calibri does not come preloaded on Mac OS. I don't have the Calibri font. I think I probably do now because I got angry about it. But it does not come with Mac computers. It is an OS Microsoft specific font. It is the default for your stupid slide programs. All of them. Anytime someone sends me a deck of any kind of like presentation and is like, here's the outline of what we're doing, I get this presentation full of slides with a broken font because they've not bothered to check their font and they've used the default, which is Calibri. And they could have spent a couple of minutes setting their default to something that is universal, like Helvetica or Arial or Times New Roman or any one of 1,000 fonts. But no, it's always Calibri, and it's not a Mac font. That's my gripe with PowerPoint. I hope you've enjoyed my presentation on PowerPoint presentation settings. It is maddening. Octopus Gallery. It is maddening. Because there's like a missing font alert whenever you open it. Because of course it breaks everything. I'm just gonna have to go over this later. It wasn't long enough for a TED Talk, Shep. If it's gonna be a TED Talk, I'm gonna have to rant about more fonts. Font anxiety. We can talk about readability next. And how a font, like, it has to be readable. Otherwise, what's the point? Like, you can make it slightly more difficult to read than just at a glance, if that's the point. If you need someone to, like, explore a thing, if they're, like, if you're faking someone's handwriting, if you're trying to make some sort of historic fake document for an illustration. But people have to be able to read the words, or there's no point in putting words on the thing. If you just want to look cool, use pictures. Use hieroglyphs. But not real ones, because, you know, don't offend or insult anyone. But, you know, make your own. Use medieval calligraphy, write it in Latin. Just, you know, and for the next 10 minutes we'll form. Yeah, I mean, I made a series of handwriting fonts for a project where I was essentially faking a series of journal entries and correspondence to build kind of a little bit of a story. And I just felt like there weren't any good handwriting fonts available on the internet, because they were either, like, very obviously, like, smooth line computer generated script calligraphy, or they were, like, completely crazy illegible. Wait, I'm sorry. I have to read this. I have to read this out to everyone. Now that we're on a font rant. Figment's Maid said, I used to have a graphic designer who kept making the text in a brochure pale gray on a white background because it looked cool. Oh no. That's okay. Your basic goal. Like, your most basic goal, if you're putting words on a thing, is for people to read the words. Just, oh, it has to be a thing that people can read. Or why? Or why put the information there at all? It is interesting to be both dyslexic and to approach graphic design. I am still mad about the fact that they formalized a single space instead of a double space after a period. I know, I get it. Whatever, I don't know exactly what they were attempting to fix or avoid, but fine. It makes it harder to read. Oops. Like, I use those spaces so that I can see where a sentence ends easily, and my brain can stop and process what it's attempted to read. It makes it much easier to sort of parse whole documents. And it makes it possible or easier to sort of skim. I can't skim read, but I can skim through and, like, kind of read a sentence, skip a bit, read another sentence. But it's easier to do that if there are good clear paragraph breaks and lots of spaces. So I have a hard line on readability when it comes to design. You need to be able to read the thing. It cannot be so decorative. that you can't read the words. Smooth curve. Smooth curve at just slightly the wrong angle. Oh, what is the right angle? This way, maybe? Yes. That was the right angle. That's the angle at which my hand makes a good clean curve. Hooray. Modern German. Oh. Modern German and medieval German. Oh dear. Just such font abuse. I did not make these line up properly, and now I have regrets. I have regrets because it's going to be hard to clean up. It's fine. I made this very large so that I could not have to be horrifyingly precise about it. Yep. Oh dear. Yeah, multiple documents. You can have two fonts. You can have a title font and a body font. That's kind of it. Like that's beyond that it's too many fonts. That's just the rules. And don't tell me rules are made to be broken. Because you have to understand the rules before you can break them. And believe in their purpose. No, not every. Don't encourage it. Don't encourage the madness. Every letter is not a different font. Just gonna do this line 1,000 times until it's actually parallel with the other one. There we go. I mean, I think I've proven that you can make a single word in a single font and it can serve your purpose. See you later, Cascadia Studio. Thanks for stopping in. Okay. Am I being too? No, just whatever. You know what? Straight lines are for people who care. Straight lines aren't for anxiety. The shift straight line has had its day. It's time to freehand. It's time to freehand anxiety. Font rant to the sound of tiny emus. And so I'm kind of glad that other people sort of responds to my weird anxiety illustration. It seemed weird to glorify the word anxiety. Like I wasn't really certain how to explain my desire to do it, but I found it helpful. I found it helpful to do. Made me feel better. It still kind of makes me feel better. I don't know. I hope that it makes you guys feel a little bit better too. It's, I don't know. It just seems weird to make it attractive. I don't know. It's this element of sort of it. I didn't want the font to actually reflect anxiety. I don't know. It's a weird. There was a thought process. It's just more instinctual than many of my thought processes are about art. Like I didn't want it to actually feel like anxiety when you looked at it. I felt like that would sort of not help. Like I would be defeating my own purpose somehow. I don't know, it's a combination of stuff. It's a little bit deco, it's a little bit sort of modern decorative script. It's popular right now. It's a little bit just me liking swoopy lines, as you do. But yeah, if the sort of these lines, the hard diagonals and the sort of thin thick shape has kind of a nouveau vibe. I don't know. It's all of the things at once. It's a bunch of my favorite things in one font. Nope. And I don't know how I will call it. I thought I might gold leaf it, but that seems a little silly. I don't know. I didn't want it to be a solid black, which is why I'm doing outlines, which is like way harder than I'll grab these are so hang on, I'll find what I'm looking for, and then I'll tell you a funny story about the song. These are a few of my favorite things. Oh yeah, so there it is. Haha. So so yeah, with all of these I was doing solid black, which is a lot faster. But here we're doing outlines because I need it to be white to stand out against what will be like a fully colored, background of flowers. Anyway, I'm more or less over it now, but as an edgy 20-something, I found the song "These Are a Few of My Favorite Things" like extremely grating for some reason. I don't know why. There was just something like forced and twee about it. Anyway, I had a college professor, my senior year of college, a very dignified, lovely, well-respected experimental animator, who trolled me with the song "These Are a Few of My Favorite Things" for an entire year. The minute she found out I found it annoying. It was so odd. I don't know if she just loved it that much or what, but she was committed to making me get over it, I guess. It was hilariously odd in hindsight. Then again, I guess disliking the song "These Are a Few of My Favorite Things" is a little bit odd as well. It was a pretty vehement dislike, too. Sort of the equivalent to you guys not wanting someone to sing like Baby Shark, for example. It was that kind of dislike. Like proper please don't dislike. Anyway, I'm over it. I don't mind. See, I actually quite enjoy Toss a Coin, although it is a little silly. But it's a little silly within its context. No, I'll be honest, I'm not even that annoyed by Baby Shark. I'm over it. I mean, I graduated college. I can't do math. Not 2 decades ago, but getting there. It's been a while. The Nationals baseball does something with Baby Shark? Or are you saying that their theme song is just so annoying that it can't compete? I don't understand. I'm not a baseball fan, and now I need to know. Octopus Gallery is not going to explain. We're never going to know. We're never going to know what Baby Shark and Nationals baseball have to do with each other. I say we, I mean me. You guys might already know. I'll get my roommate to explain it later. She's a baseball fan. Wow. That's first of all, you get a hit walk-up song? That's quite the thing. Then after he joined the team and started using it, oh no. What perfect timing. Um why do you get a song just when you walk up to the plate? Like why does that warrant a theme song? That seems like not important enough. Yeah, but like I don't support it. I feel like you get a song when you do something good, like hit the ball or hit a home run. I don't know. Just getting to chance to bat doesn't seem like it deserves theme music. It's Figment's Made shares my opinion of baseball, which I'm sorry, it's boring. It's boring, you guys. Baseball is boring. Um, but it is more understandable than cricket, which helps. Ah, fans of the individual players. Okay, I get it. It's like that whole cult of personality thing. Cool. Still think it's silly. Also failing to draw this line. Oh, fine. We'll use the shift key after all. Wasn't but it's not quite straight. Yes. Did it. Yeah, I mean in fairness, I'm not a huge sports person. So I'm not really allowed to make too many jokes about it because I acknowledge that it is not my thing. If I want people to compete, my thing is like the Great British Baking Show or the Great Pottery Throwdown. If I'm gonna watch a competition, I want it to one be super polite and two involve something that I enjoy doing. There's your problem, Octopus Gallery. Coworkers. Underneath those. Oh yes, sheepdog trials. Oh, and dog agility trials. I will happily watch dogs run very fast through tubes and over obstacles. Yeah, those are. I think they may actually be more entertaining when they're like super bad at it, but like trying real hard. Um, but then you get the ones that are like the agility trials with like a border collie who just does it in like 15 seconds, and you're like, you just memorized that and did it as fast as you possibly could. And the winner does it like a fraction of a second faster than the other spastic border collie that did it as fast as he could. Oh, my dad wanted me to play a sport so bad. And I didn't. I'm okay-ish at volleyball. That's all I got. Instead, I was in marching band. And yes, Beamer, border collies are the best and smartest dogs. Now let Auntie Shepherd type again. Yeah, standing far away from everyone else playing a game in gym class and like pretending to participate is a solid choice. Phone fell on the keyboard. Ah, could have been a cat. Oh, Beamer's asleep. That means he's gonna wake you up extra early. Yeah, usually the only thing that my cat manages to type is space over and over again because he'll try and walk in front of the keyboard and like accidentally stand on the space bar. He knows he's not supposed to walk on the keyboard, so it's always an accident. Sometimes he'll even wait for me to like politely pick up my tea and move it out of his way so he has a place to step over the keyboard. Or I would say that he is a good cat, but he also broke into my room the other day, tried to eat um, tried to eat a staghorn fern, and then like all while I was just in the bathroom, threw up the staghorn fern on the floor in my room and left. So he's not taking to shelter in place well either, it turns out. Which is weird because I work from home. So you wouldn't think that it would matter. And yet, here we are. He wanted some of the pancakes I made earlier. He couldn't have it. He sulked for a while. He's having quite the time. Yep, this is the part where I go all weird and quiet and just fiddle with the details. Uh-oh, I think my CD is over. I say CD, it's digital, whatever, you know what I mean. My album has completed. I've run out of Hildegard von Bingen. What shall I listen to now? Let's see. I'll put on vaguely Christmas like music, but ancient, so You can't tell. I don't have any more Hildegard von Bingen. I only have the Origin of Fire. I probably should get more Hildegard von Bingen. We're just gonna go into esoteric music now, friends. I apologize if you if you aren't into ancient medieval choral music. But I saw live an all women's group called In Mulieribus, and I saw them do Hildegard live, and I wanted badly a recording of them doing it, which does not seem to exist. So you know, so I got the best alternative I could find, but now I'm listening to a different In Mulieribus album. Oh, don't feel hopeless, Hannah. Make your anxiety beautiful instead. You can add that to your typography. Make your anxiety beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful anxiety. It's getting there. I need to open up a couple of bits here where I let it get too narrow, too thin. Ah, yes, two border collies. Oh, enjoy Animal Crossing and pizza, Hannah. I feel like we're fairly unmoderated at this point. Although I have stopped saying curse words. Although we could happen at any moment. Uh, could just go back to it at any moment. You never know. Oh, why? You're all. I know that you're just upside down N, but you feel wobbly for some reason. Why do you feel wobbly? Probably because I made you upside down. Gotta see if we can't make you look a little bit less odd. Did you just? You did. You just put swords in the. Okay. It's just. I'll just shake the Potu is moderator now. He'll just look disappointed. He just sits there judging you. So who has ideas for Friday tea time? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I do not. Turns out streaming a whole bunch means you burn through a lot of your, oh, this will be fun to do with people ideas all at once. And are left going, I don't know, maybe typography. Why do I ask out loud when I know the answer? It's not no get to know nature. It's less it's not about burnout so much as it is about you have a certain number of sort of, I have a backlog of ideas usually for streams, right? So I'll be like, okay, so these are some things I want to make. These are some sort of in jokes that we've been using, or like things we've been talking about. This needs to be another layer. I think we need to be able to draw through things here. So usually I have a few ideas around to do on stream, and usually by the time I've gone through them, I've thought of more. Turns out if you stream like every day for a week or two, you're like, oh, huh. I don't know. We could draw the. I have no ideas. Are we emus in ball gowns? I'm gonna tell you guys a dark, horrible secret, and you're not gonna love me after this. It's gonna make you very sad, and I apologize in advance. I don't actually like drawing dogs. I'm sorry. I've done it quite a bit for various reasons, but I don't actually enjoy drawing dogs. Second thing you're gonna hate about me, I actually don't really enjoy drawing cats either. And I like cats, I have one. But I don't know, they're just less fun than other things. Like, I'd rather draw horses. I can't explain it. I also can't explain why I just can't make this curve properly. Yeah, and it's not a judgment on the animal. It's a drawing shape and form kind of thing. I find stylizing the shape of birds just generally more enjoyable. I don't have an explanation, but it's always been that way. Still campaigning for a scruffy unicorn with tankard stuck to his face. I don't know. At this rate, I might just have to break my own rules and actually do concept art on stream. Although I don't know, that has potential to go poorly. Because it's hard to talk and think at the same time. And that's all concept art is thinking. Flamingos drinking tea. I could do flamingos drinking tea. I could but y'all, what I'm looking for is less a specific. It's a theme. I need like an idea for like themes, right? Because I regret to inform you that patrons pay $5 for the opportunity to make sketch requests. So I could just do those, I guess, on Friday. But no, it's that sort of like themes, like participatory stuff like Bird D&D or like the sheep guana natural illustrations, like just sort of overall themes that I can run with. Things drinking things. Some sort of mad tea party. Yes, Auntie Shepherd, I know that you are a $5 patron, and you do get to make sketch requests. Although I would like to point out that I've drawn you at least 3 things specifically in the last 2 weeks. But yes, what I'm trying to figure out is new themes that can carry on running through things. Otherwise, we'll just end up doing Bird D&D forever. It's true. You are allowed to be very specific, Auntie Shepherd. That is the whole point of the $5 sketch level of patron. You get to just be like, draw me a dinosaur in a tutu, and I'm like, on it. You got it. Dinosaur in a tutu, you can do. I could just do quail. I could just do all of the quail. Bird clue. We could do like instead of Bird D&D, Bird Call of Cthulhu. We could go real dark. We have that power. It won't be a secret project if I do concept art live. We could try doing concept art live. We could try it. I still have doubts, but it would probably be interesting. An interesting peek behind the curtain. But see, I like things where I can get sort of gentle audience participation going, like making you pick what color to do the cow stripes, or Bird D&D classes. Gentle audience participation. Like the beginning of an improv show. Whoa, that was a mistake. Oops. Didn't see that. Everybody ignore the sudden full screen darkness. I fixed it. It's fine. So here's the thing. I get possessive of things sometimes, and I kind of don't want audience participation on something that I am stuck with forever. I'm afraid. So if I'm designing something for me, I get very shirty about other people trying to have input. I know this about myself. I'm aware of it. So I try and be careful about it. Because what happens is I will ask people for thoughts on things, and then I will ignore them, and then they'll be mad at me about it. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I wanted you to talk at me, and I was going to use that to decide whether it was a good or a bad idea. That's all. I didn't actually want your opinion so much as I just needed an opinion said at me to help clarify my thinking. So, you know. An empty tank. Back to the Scruffy unicorn. We could draw unicorns some more forever. I can always draw a unicorn. I could work on the unicorn pins. I do need to do final art for those, but I think that'll be kind of boring, honestly. They already basically exist. It's going to be me making really careful vector lines. Oh, I was looking at old photos. I have a really great set of photos of Bernini's Medusa, which came to the Legion of Honor in San Francisco years ago. And thus I made the appropriate pilgrimage to see. Art history. A harpy knitting circle is what just popped into my head. I don't know. I don't have an explanation for these things. I'm just going to draw this line 30 more times, apparently. No. Rotate and stay. Rotate and stay. Thank you. Hello, Arcraft. Harpy knitting circle is just what, I don't know. It's word association at this point. You shout harpies at me, and that's what my brain gave you back. What are the Egyptian birds with like lady faces? What are they called? I do not remember. My Egyptian mythology is middling at best. Ah, that's it. Yes. Good. I was remembering at least part of it correctly. Still this one line. This is, you know what? That's the line. That's what we're sticking with. Ah, yes. I remember that they were souls of the dead, but not what they were called. See, that seems fine. Snatching up evildoers. I don't see the problem. Seems like a perfectly reasonable job to have. Is the line weight an issue? Whatever. I'm sure it's fine. Oh, our crap, that's fine. You didn't have to come at all. I'm an emergency like fill-in. And I tried to start at 6. My Cintiq didn't work properly, and I had to stop streaming and fiddle with a bunch of settings because I went to look at its drivers and discovered that my computer didn't believe it existed, which explained most of the problems, it turns out. Turns out when you're trying to draw on a Cintiq and your computer's like, nope, no such thing here, it does not work properly. But we have solved it, more or less. Yeah, it was kind of a last minute decision. I wasn't going to. I'm actually in I was. I'm a little bit better now. I was in a pretty dark mood earlier, and I was not going to. But then I thought, well, I've got this piece. This extremely appropriate piece for my mood that I could work on. But yes, you would have if you had not rejoined us, you would have missed the Harpy Knitting Circle, and that would have been unfortunate. I mean, yeah, overthrow capitalism. Also, ugh, in general. Okay, that's that. If only I specifically. Yeah, I feel like if you overthrow capitalism, you still have to go to work. It's just more for you in society than for an individual. I mean, genuinely, I feel that if we overthrew capitalism, very little of my actual life would change. I mostly do animations for nonprofit organizations and stream art for people. So I feel like very little would be different. Let's see. For the background, I want yes, a little brush. Because it needs to be fine details. And I want it to feel a little bit like brushwork. I'm not using Mr. Natural. I'm using Chisel 25. I could use Chisel 15 Shift. I wonder if that's... Nope. Well, maybe. Yeah, actually, let's start over with that. I like that a little bit better. It's a little bit finer. Um, I'm using a cleaner. I'm using a cleaner, more nib-looking brush than Mr. Natural. Mr. Natural is kind of meant to imitate inking with like an actual paintbrush. And what I'm gonna do is do like careful detailed line work in the background, and then probably like a water tint that, and then watercolor. I've actually been pretty good about saving because I've been kind of hoping that it will help the processing, actually, as weird as that is. But yeah, I mean, I have to announce what I'm doing. I have to tell you about the brush. Otherwise, where's the fun in having so many brushes? So this needs to have a lot of careful details because it's supposed to just kind of the boldness of the word needs to be offset by like the careful detail of the background. Oh dear. So it's 7:45. If I'm gonna keep speaking words out loud, I'm gonna need more tea here in a second. But I'm probably just gonna keep working on this. I could not do so on stream, or I could just keep going for a bit. It's probably gonna be the same for me either way. I'm just here making a nice floral background. But it's later than we usually go, so I don't know how many people will still be here if I stay. And as I admitted previously, my dark secret, which is that I don't really like streaming to an empty room. It feels weird. So if everyone's going to bed, I won't keep streaming because because then I would be talking to no one. I don't want to talk to no one. That's weird. You don't have to be sorry. I can just stop. I can just stop talking and carry on listening to choral music while drawing violets. It's fine. So, you know, it's more of an informal poll to see if I should keep going. Basically, it was to see if I should take a break and make more tea, or just go for another 10 minutes or so and then stop. because I'm pretending to be Hannah. Hannah streams until 8, although she does usually start at 5, but I mean, look, I didn't plan ahead. This is an emergency replacement stream. I'm glad it has been a good end to a long day. Get to know nature. I've admittedly not yet had a long day because I am a night person. So really this is kind of my early afternoon. But that's okay. It'll give me time to be less angry before I go to bed. Oh, just the news and the people talking about it. The news and the people talking about it. Anxiety. Anxiety. Sorry, that was a little bit traumatic. Anyway, I am attempting to deal with my mental health through typography. I'm glad it resonates with you guys. It's artists have weird coping mechanisms. And as I said earlier on Twitter, going outside and leaving the house was previously mine. So we're working on alternatives. Good night, Otenchi 3. Okay. Yeah, it's quite a time for the world. And processing it is weird and hard. So I've turned to typography. Oh, excellent, Artcraft. Can't wait. I can't wait to learn about a new species of wool and scale friends. I'm glad that you're managing to be creative. I know how hard it can be to be motivated to make something. When the thing that you're motivated to make is the word anxiety, very large. So I'm sorry it kept you up, but I'm glad that you're feeling creative. Having an outlet can help, even if that outlet is decorative typography. You know, sometimes you get an idea and it sticks. Maybe Friday we'll do a Harpy Knitting Circle tea party. We'll see. Out of context Greek mythology. I can show you guys the griffins that I love more than anything else in the Chicago Art Institute Museum of Art. I could use some handkerchiefs. I was sneezing into toilet paper thinking, oh, we don't have a lot of this, and wishing that I had handkerchiefs. Maybe I got my dad some nice ones as a Christmas gift once. Maybe I can find that brand again and get myself some handkerchiefs. Ooh, embroidered handkerchiefs, going all out. Octopus Gallery. I wanted to get into embroidery and have various things that I could use to embroider, and then just didn't. Much like 300 knitting projects that are still just sitting around, separated into half-finished containers. Yeah, see, handkerchiefs can be washed in just the laundry, and that's appealing when there's an extreme shortage of paper products. As I mentioned before, all that was left at our grocery store was Scott brand toilet paper, which I referred to as the single ply of last resort. So it may be time to start conserving paper products, friends. Oh no, Octopus Gallery, you buy Scott on purpose. You're the only ones. You shouldn't feel bad about it. Frankly, the joy that I got making fun of it was probably worth it. We were brutal. We were brutal about Scott. Oh, what else? What else did we call it? Here for oh, I don't remember. It was good. We had some great Scott marketing jokes. uh, I mean, I come from a solid you only use 2 or 3 squares of toilet paper each time upbringing, but you get the good stuff. You ration it, but you get the good stuff. Ooh, that's not ideal. Fair enough. Just gonna be carefully drawing violets for a while now. I might redo this bit. I'm not sure it's working. Anyway, a nice soft cloth handkerchief seems like a good idea. Because allergies and springtime and toilet paper rationing. Although maybe we're over it now. Maybe we can stop being weird about toilet paper. That would be fun. If we could all be normal about toilet paper. If we could all just get ramen again. If there was food, if the chicken, why chicken, you guys? Why is there no chicken? What's wrong with other meat? You're not willing to get a rump roast, but you'll buy all of the chicken? What's the deal? I don't understand. Get some pork or something? I've seen the commercials, it's the other white meat. Experiment with being vegetarian? I don't know, just what's up with the chicken? I don't get it. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I'm convinced cloth handkerchiefs are the new way to blow my nose. Nice, washable, soft cloth handkerchiefs. Chicken tea party. Just all the animals having tea. Making a new layer. Making a new layer so that my stem works. There we go. No, just chickens. A chicken tea party, harpy tea party. What other? Like a vulture tea party, maybe? That seems fun. So, only chickens tea party. Oh, huh. Weird. I didn't put. Oh, I know why. Because I was like, that's not part of the enclosed space. I see what I did there. And it was intentional. Sticking to my past choices. Lines. Chicken Tea Party Harpy Books. Sorry, Chicken Tea Party Harpy Knitting Circle Unicorn Book Club. I like it. We'll see. We'll see what I come up with for. I'll put a maybe. I might put a poll up tomorrow. I might not let anyone vote. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll go back to the other table. Although probably when I work at the other table is when the Cintiq gets messed up because I have to unplug it and move the computer. And that might be when the computer forgets it exists. I don't know. Could be anything really. Maybe I'll just make it a mystery. Tune in and find out what happens. What will Friday tea time be? No one knows. Maybe it will just be more decorative anxiety. It's hard to tell. I don't like that overlap. Gotta fix that. Make it look like it's meant to be there. Maybe that's what I'll call this, decorative anxiety. It's still readable. Still readable through the background. That's a good sign. Need it to still be legible, no matter how decorative. Otherwise, it does not work. To bring it back to the beginning of this stream and my design rant. Oops. No, erase. I don't know what you tried to do, computer, but it was incorrect. Whatever tool you tried to use, it was probably my fault, but it was the wrong one. All right, it's like 8:06. I should probably do a formal wrap up. I don't know. I'm casual streaming at this point. Oh, let's see. Where's that goes? I'll make those connect up. There we go. So, I hope that you have enjoyed Hannah Replacement Wednesday. Impromptu Sarah streams while working on the thing she was going to work on anyway. And hopefully by Friday I'll have a plan. And if not, it'll probably be Bird D&D because that's what I do if I need a plan. Just there are so many birds, and they could all be D&D characters. That's all I'm saying. Saving, just gonna give you the full view of what's here so far. Just drawing violets in the background. It's 8 o'clock. I should probably make dinner. I should feed myself. I made pancakes, though, earlier, and I'm still pretty full from pancakes. Maybe I'll just make a nice pesto thing later. Anyway, you guys don't need to hear me planning my evening out loud to myself. But it's been that kind of week/month. Yeah, I made myself. You've survived this long reward pancakes for lunch. You know, just cause. Oh man, looking at this, I've realized that I erased a thing that shouldn't have been erased. This should be over the N, not under it. Shame on me. Mistakes were made. It's alright. I can fix it. Nope. Maybe? Is that the right? Nope. That was the wrong thing to erase. Yes. Cool. We'll figure that out in a minute. Anyway. Good night, get to know nature. To go back to my other. Hang on. Over and over. Yes. Okay. Over, under. Over. Yep. Good. Good. I figured it out. I figured out what went wrong. I can fix it. I can. There we go. See? Fixed. Hooray, now I have to remember it was chisel 25. Nope, it wasn't. I changed it to chisel 15 shift. Okay. Fixed that. Good. Problem solved. Back to wrapping up the stream. I'm bad at wrapping up streams. I always tell myself I'm gonna have like a formalized like sign off. Never do. I always start and then I get distracted. Something happens. I keep going. I'm equally bad at leaving both parties and conversations. It turns out. So it's not just streams. I need like a little closing thing, like, you know. Thanks for joining me. Stay safe, be kind, I'll see you on the internet. I don't know, that's what I was trying. It only works sort of. Yep, that's right. It's casual stream rambling Wednesday. In fact, the title still says Monday Shelter in Place. That's where we're at in life right now. Unprepared, unplanned. Decorative anxiety. So, anyway. Hope you all had fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I helped. And I will see you again Friday tea time, your regularly scheduled stream. And Monday, Shelter in Place. The new Sarah would be in Pottery Studio, but now she's live on stream. Monday streams. And until then, I'm just going to keep inking anxiety. Have a good night, everybody. Stay safe. Stay sane. Cope as best you can. And I'll see you on Twitter and Friday tea time. Good night.